Hey you guys. So I intended to make this video on Friday, but it's okay. Um, I don't even know what to title it. It's an update to some of my visions. I've had another vision, which I believe I've had a couple visions. I've seen a lot of fires here in the past 2 days, yesterday and today. One vision in particular, not necessarily a fire, not pointing to fire, but I believe it's the path in which Hurricane Chris, which is off the coast of North Carolina right now, um, I had a vision of its path. Apparently now it's heading to the northeast. I just know that it's going that way. Um, we do have Hurricane Beryl and what else to look out for. Apparently, it's supposed to be a quiet hurricane season, and that's not the case right now. As far as Tropical Storm Chris right now, I don't think we have to worry about it. But it is going to cause a lot of rip current, so just don't underestimate it. We had some severe thunderstorms here yesterday, and I think that's why the Lord gave me the vision on yesterday, not to discount anything that is related to the storm, okay? Um, I don't even know where to start, you guys. I did have a dream of where I saw the sun simulator. This was Friday night, where I saw the sun simulator next to the sun. The sun was on the left, the sun simulator, and the exact grid. You could see the grid hexagon pattern in the sun simulator. And it was dusk in the dream. I haven't seen anything about a sun simulator. I have seen some things as it relates to the sun in the last visions that I had put out. But what I did recognize was there was a video put out by True News, and it had that same grid pattern on someone's face, and it was talking about Israel using smart technology in their TVs. I believe they're using it in their airports, if I'm not mistaken. But specifically in their TVs to show who's watching. Perhaps maybe at some point allow you to order, products and things of that nature. I don't know what one has to do with the other, but it caught my attention. And I really believe with all the things that I'm about to tell you guys that the tribulation period is about to start. And the tribulation period is for the disciplining of Israel, for not recognizing Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, and not recognizing his first coming as Messiah, and not only just for Israel, but for all of those who have not yet accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, you guys. I think the time is drawing nigh. And that's what I've been getting from these last few updates. I'm just going to name them off. I'll leave videos below. I had to write them down on my phone. It was so much here in the last 2 days. Sherry mentioned to me when I put out the impression that I got from the Lord about a CME. She mentioned to me about the Planetary Alignment that's going to take place on July 19th. I hadn't really thought about it. I had already heard the news. It was new news to her. But when she mentioned it to me, I told her, well, I've already seen it. But I never really thought that maybe that particular planetary alignment where all the planets are going to be on one side of the sun may specifically affect the sun. And I listened to the video, the newest video, because this is maybe his third or fourth video about it. And he mentioned the possibility of, increased earthquakes and volcanoes, I believe. But what caught my attention was, I'll leave the video below. Yesterday, you guys, I seen a video about it's called Interplanetary Climate Change. I haven't watched one of these ladies' videos in a long time, but very long story short, I'll leave it below. I'll leave all videos below. She talked about how we had that solar X flare back in June of 2017, and how basically the comets that are coming in and the Nibiru system coming in is probably going to cause major solar flares slash CMEs, coronal mass ejections, and I don't think it was a coincidence. So for me to hear CME and for her to be talking about this increase, I think we all know about Planet X by now. I didn't know about it until I had a dream about it. So I never knew the thing existed. With some help and with some research, and with the Lord initially showing me Planet X, it's a thing that we have to be mindful of. Increased activity and hurricanes and earthquakes and volcanic activities are increasing. And one thing that she mentioned that I was trying to put my finger on was EMPs. EMPs, how it could totally like wipe out our grid, and how we had one, oh gosh, almost 100 years ago, that if we did have a power grid, it would have totally wiped it out. So it made me think about EMP, and I couldn't remember the phrase when I was making a particular video. Okay, you guys, that's a real concern. We could have an EMP and they blame it on North Korea or Russia, and it could just be the sun. You know what I mean? So it just an opportunity for the government to, you know, implement martial law. Okay, you guys? It doesn't necessarily have to be war. It could be EMP. As far as that vision with the blue spark, Begley put out a video about a comet. In his thumbnail, the comet looks blue, but he says that it's green. I was talking about California, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And that as one of the things that caught my attention as far as drones. But his thumbnail caught my attention because it looked a little bluish white, and it was a spark. And apparently, this particular comet was discovered on September 23rd, when we had that alignment. When we had the Revelation 12 alignment, it was discovered, but just a few days ago, it exploded, but it's still sun-bound. So that ties into changes that are going to affect our sun, things that cause CMEs, and the stellar cores and all the other things that this lady was describing in the video I just referenced a few minutes ago. She talked about how it's basically attracting comets, and that we should expect big changes in our sun. So I've yet to hear any news on a CME, but when she mentioned the one back in June 2017, I was like, okay, maybe we should be expecting one. When I made this list, there were wildfires in California and Oregon. As of this morning, I see that there are wildfires in 9 states. Maybe that's why I keep seeing fires. I've been getting double and triple meanings on these open visions, and they've been happening fast, and I've been getting a lot of revelation fast. That's why I had to write them down, guys. Earthquake in California, I think it was a 4.5 or 5.4. It was a relatively large magnitude earthquake. This happened, I think, 2 days ago. Also, as far as Japan had a major typhoon, I think it's named Mariah or Maria, and it caused 1.3 million people to evacuate. Not yet a mega earthquake, but they had a major typhoon there, you guys. And I'm going to also leave a video for Hurricane Chris and Beryl. It may be a little outdated, but all these things have happened since I put up my last video on Thursday, I think it was. I was so tired on Friday, even though I started making notes then, that I went to bed at like 8:30. Okay, from what I'm getting you guys is the tribulation period time is starting. All hell in heaven is breaking loose, and things are ramping up on a scale and a level that I barely can keep up with. I do have some good news. I'll talk about it in another video. Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you later.